The movie starts with three buddies named Sam, Matt, and Zane. The three of them are going on a trip to a health resort on a remote island in the ocean. It looks like Matt and Zane set up this trip for Sam because he just broke up with his wife, Eden. They want to help him get over the sad mood he's in. At the same time, Reese, the owner of the resort, is standing with a guy named Lewis. We find out that Lewis is an inspector from the Environmental Protection Agency. Lewis tells Reese that they've gotten a lot of complaints from people who stayed at Reese's resort because they got skin diseases when they went into the ocean. Reese tries to deny this and tells Lewis that the resort's beach water is clean and doesn't have any harmful stuff in it. It looks like Lewis isn't convinced by what Reese is saying, and he gives him a box with some chemicals to test the water. He advises him to test the ocean water every day to keep the resort guests safe. He leaves and walks away, but Reese doesn't care about what he said and throws the box on the ground. In another spot at the resort, we find two of the resort's employees in the ocean, trying to catch fish for themselves and their co-workers to eat for lunch. But they're weirded out because all the fish suddenly disappeared from the water for no reason. All of a sudden, a huge and scary-looking shark comes out of the water and sprays the workers with a slimy green substance. Then it attacks them and eats them one after the other. At the same time, Reese gets back to the resort and meets two employees, Jess and Aaron. We find out that Jess works as a medic and Aaron is the administrative manager for the resort. At that moment, Aaron and Jess tell Reese that their co-workers who went fishing haven't come back. So Reese asks Jess to take a boat and go look for them. We go back to Sam, who's walking on the beach with his friends. Sam is surprised when he runs into his ex, Eden, who's at the same resort. Here, Eden figures out that her friends, Kudra and Gabby, set up this trip to make her meet Sam. It turns out that Kudra and Gabby actually did that, and it was all planned with Zane and Matt. All of them want Sam and Eden to get back together, but Eden isn't happy about what happened. She starts arguing with Sam and accuses him of trying to get close to her to make up. But Sam denies what she's saying and makes her understand that he didn't know she was here at all, and if he had, he wouldn't have come. Eden gets mad and wants to leave the resort, but Kudra and Gabby refuse to go. So Zane steps in and convinces Eden to stay at the resort. He also agrees with Sam that he should stay away from any place Eden is going to be. At that moment, they all like this solution and agree to it. After that, Reese gathers all the resort guests and welcomes them, wishing them a happy stay. After a little bit of time, Jess goes to get on a boat to go look for his co-workers, but he finds out that the boat is broken. He tries to fix it, but suddenly the shark comes and hits the boat from under the water. Jess falls inside the boat and looks in the water to see who hit the boat, but he doesn't find anything. Jess gets scared by what happened and decides to go back to the resort. At that time, Eden is sitting with Kudra on the beach. Kudra notices that Eden is wearing a bracelet on her hand. So Eden tells her that the bracelet has a magnet in it and explains that when the magnet gets mixed up with the ocean water, it gives off specific magnetic waves. These waves keep sharks away from her. We find out here that Eden is an oceanographer, and we also find out that she's afraid of sharks, which is why she wears the bracelet on her hand all the time. At that moment, their friend Gabby is swimming in the ocean, and Eden and Kudra are surprised when they find two guys carrying Gabby out of the water. They run to her quickly and find out that she got hurt on her leg. Jess comes to see what happened and asks the guys to take Gabby to the clinic at the resort quickly. In another place, a resort employee is walking on the beach while riding a horse. Suddenly, the shark comes out of the water and eats her. At the clinic, Jess starts checking Gabby's injury. Gabby tells him that she felt something grabbing her leg, so Jess reassures her and says that it might have been a jellyfish or a coral reef. After that, Jess starts treating her wound. Eden wants to stay with Gabby, but Gabby refuses and asks her to go with Kudra and have a good time. So Kudra takes her friend Eden, and they go to play on the beach for a little while. At that moment, Jess goes to Aaron and tells her that their co-worker took the horse to walk on the beach and still hasn't come back. Jess is worried about the idea of their co-workers disappearing all of a sudden like that. But Aaron calms him down and tells him that they're on a big island and their co-workers probably just went for a walk and will be back soon. In another place on the island, a group of guests are doing yoga. After they finish, they go swimming in the ocean, but the shark comes out of the water and sprays them with the slimy substance. then it finishes them all off. At that time, Jess is with his coworker Leo and his coworker Hayden, and they're walking on the beach looking for their coworkers who disappeared. All of a sudden, they find a telephone cable cut in a strange way. They get really upset because this cable is what connects them to the main beach. At that moment, they're confused about how the cable got cut like this. They keep going on their way until they find the box of chemicals, so they keep it. After that, they go to look for their coworkers until they find one of their arms on the beach. All of them get terrified and run back to the resort quickly. In another place on the island, the shark attacks and eats 3 surfers. At that time, Jess gets back to the resort and tells Aaron and Reese what happened. Aaron gets terrified by what Jess is saying because this can only mean one thing. There's a shark in the water that's attacking humans, so they have to warn all the people at the resort quickly. At that moment, Jess gives Reese the box of chemicals that he found. Reese puts it on a shelf, and then he replies to what Aaron is saying. Reese tries to ease the shock on her and on Jess, and he's also looking at the whole thing from a business point of view. He tells them that if the news about the shark spreads, the resort will lose a lot of money. But Jess and Aaron make him understand that people's lives are way more important than money. Reese agrees to let them go and warn people not to go in the water, but he asks them not to mention the shark and to say that the water has toxic substances in it, and that's it. At this moment, Sam and his friends are playing a tug-of-war game, and Eden and Kudra are with them. Suddenly, they all get terrified when the shark comes out of the water in front of them, and as usual, it sprays them with the slimy substance. Then it attacks Matt and eats him. So they all get out of the water and are in a state of shock and extreme fear. At the same time, Jess and Aaron arrive and are horrified by what happened. After that, Jess finds out that all the people who got hit by the substance that the shark sprayed are sick and lost consciousness. So Jess and Reese try to check on them. At that moment, Sam is standing with Eden to be next to her because she and her friend Kudra are super terrified. Zane is also nervous and scared for his life after what happened. At that moment, Aaron tries to send a distress message to the Coast Guard, but she finds out that the lines are cut. She asks Reese to find a way to get the people off the island right away. After that, Eden and the people with her go to the clinic to check on Gabby, but they find her in a very bad condition because her body is shaking violently and she keeps saying things that don't make sense. Jess then guesses that her wound got infected by the ocean water because the water is full of the toxic substance that the shark keeps spraying, and based on that, the injury affected her mental stability. At this moment, Aaron walks in on them and they ask her to move Gabby to the hospital right away. Aaron tells them that the communications are cut and she won't be able to contact any hospital right now. Sam suggests that they should move Gabby to the hospital themselves. Here, Reese walks in and tells them that they can use the resort's boats, but Jess reminds him that the resort only has 2 boats and one of them is already broken. Even with that, they decide to move Gabby on that boat to the main beach, and from there, they can take her to the hospital and ask for help for the people on the island. They all head to the boat, but Gabby bites Jess's arm, and after that, Gabby turns into a zombie and attacks anyone in front of her. Gabby wants to attack Eden, but Sam stops her and keeps pushing her away. All of a sudden, the shark comes out of the ocean and eats Gabby. At that moment, Reese takes off with the boat and Kudra is with him. She asks him to go back and take the rest of them with him, but he yells at her to shut up and tells her that he's gonna go ask for help and come back for them. But all of a sudden, the boat's motor breaks down. So Reese tries to fix it, but the shark jumps out of the water and eats him. At that time, the boat's motor gets really hot and it catches on fire. Within moments, the motor explodes and blows up the entire boat. Here, Eden falls apart because of what happened, and she can't get over the idea of losing her dearest friends all at once. Suddenly, she goes into the water and says that she's going to save Kudra. Sam goes into the water after her and tries to stop her because he thinks she's having a nervous breakdown and is hallucinating. But Eden is right, because they see Kudra in front of them in the ocean, coming toward them. They get close to her quickly and help her until they get her out of the water. It turns out that Kudra jumped into the water before the boat exploded, so they quickly take her and get back to the clinic. There, they find out that Kudra is hurt on her shoulder, so Jess treats her injury quickly. but they're surprised that Kudra started acting like Gabby when she was hurt. At that moment, Aaron goes out and asks all the people at the resort to go back to their rooms until they find a way to move them off the island. After that, Aaron gets back to the clinic and talks to the people there about their current situation. Jess tells her that they're in a tough spot and they don't have any way to get to the main beach and ask for help. She reminds him that there's still a boat at the resort, so he tells her that the boat is broken and needs someone to fix it. Here, Sam tells them that he has experience in boat maintenance and can fix the boat. At the same moment, Leo and Hayden walk in and tell them that they need someone to go with them to fix the telephone cable. They all agree that Zane will go with them, while Sam, Jess, and Aaron go to fix the boat. Eden stays with her friend Kudra to take care of her. But when Zane goes with Leo and Hayden, the shark attacks them and eats Leo. Hayden shoots the shark with her arrow and hits it in its body. Zane tries to do the same, but instead of hitting the shark, he hits her in the leg with the arrow. Hayden screams from the intense pain, so Zane goes to her, apologizes, and quickly gets her out of the water. At this time, Eden is looking for something to give Kudra to make her sleep and rest. By chance, Eden finds the box of chemicals. And because Eden is an expert, she figures out that this substance is used to test ocean water. So she takes the box and goes to the ocean to find out what the problem is. At the same time, Sam finds out that the substance that the shark is spraying in the water is causing corrosion in the body of the boat, and he starts finding a way to fix the problem. But all of a sudden, Jess turns into a zombie because of Gabby's bite, and he attacks Aaron and throws her in the water. After that, he attacks Sam and wants to bite him. But Sam defends himself and keeps fighting Jess with all his strength. At that moment, Aaron gets out of the water and attacks Jess, hitting him on the head, and he faints. After that, they tie Jess up and take him back to the clinic, but they're surprised that Eden and Kudra aren't there. At the same time, Zane and Hayden also get to the clinic, and Erin is shocked when she finds out that the shark ate her co-worker Leo. Zane is also surprised when he finds Jess tied up in a chair and gets terrified when he finds out that he turned into a zombie. But in the middle of all this, Hayden asks them to treat her. Zane gets close to her and holds her tightly so that Erin can take the arrow out of her leg because there's no other solution. At that time, Eden is at the ocean, doing a test on the water, and she finds out that it has toxic substances in it for real. So Eden decides to go into the ocean and gets close to the shark in a weird way. The shark keeps getting close to her quickly and is about to eat her, but all of a sudden, it gets away from her. This happens at the same moment that Sam comes and pulls Eden out of the water quickly. As soon as they get to the beach, Sam is confused by Eden's behavior, so she makes him understand that she found out that the ocean water got poisoned because of the waste that ships throw in it. This made the shark itself get poisoned and turn into a weird kind of shark that keeps letting out a toxic substance from its body. Sam asks her for the reason that made her get close to the shark, so Eden tells him that the bracelet she's wearing on her hand has a magnet in it, and she wanted to see if the shark would be affected by the magnetic field or not. Sam yells at her and tells her that it was a reckless thing to do because he was so scared for her. Here, Eden understands that Sam loves her, so she apologizes to him for the misunderstanding that happened between them lately. And Sam also apologizes to her, and they decide to get back together. After that, Sam takes her to the clinic, and there, Eden tells Zane and Erin what she found out. After that, Sam decides to take Zane and go fix the boat, while Eden and Erin go look for Kudra at the resort. Zane and Sam are able to fix the boat, and they go into the water with it to try it out. But the shark comes and hits the boat from under the water. Zane falls off the boat, and the shark swims past him but doesn't eat him. So Zane swims quickly and gets back to the boat. At that time, Sam pulls him up with all his strength. After that, they go back on their way to the island before the shark attacks them again. Zane's leg is hurt and bleeding, and we find out that the shark hit Zane with its fins when it got close to him under the water. The problem is that the shark is chasing the boat and hits it with a strong hit that breaks the motor. At this moment, Zane and Sam get ready for the shark to attack them, but that doesn't happen because the shark gets away from them. On the island, Jess wakes up and is able to free himself. He gets up and attacks Hayden, biting her. At this time, Eden is with Erin, and they're looking for Kudra. Eden walks past the yoga room and goes inside to get the magnets that they use during therapeutic exercises. Eden explains to Aaron the benefit of the magnets and tells her that they'll help them and make the shark stay away from them. But after they get out of the room, they get terrified when they find Kudra in front of them after she turned into a zombie. Suddenly, Kudra and all the rest of the resort guests who turned into zombies attack them. They run away from them with all their speed until they get to the ocean. Here, Zane and Sam see them and yell for them to come. There's no other solution for Eden and Aaron but to jump into the ocean. At that moment, the shark comes and attacks all the zombies and finishes them off one after the other. This gives Eden and Aaron a chance to get to the boat, and Zane and Sam help them and get them on the boat quickly. After that, Sam is able to start the boat's motor again, and they go in the direction of the main beach, but the motor catches on fire from the intense heat. They all quickly move and put out the fire with water before the motor explodes. By chance, the boat is stopped in the same spot where the second boat exploded. Here, Aaron tells them that the boat that exploded had a box with a flare gun in it. So Eden decides to go into the water to look for the gun and get it. It looks like she's thinking of a specific plan to get rid of the shark, but Sam refuses to let her dive into the water alone and decides to go with her. Eden agrees, and they tie magnets to their legs before they dive, so they can make sure the shark won't get close to them. After that, they both jump into the water and look for the gun. In the meantime, it looks like Zane turned into a zombie and is attacking Aaron and wants to bite her, but Aaron hits him with an oar and makes him fall into the ocean. At that time, the shark comes quickly and eats him. As for Eden and Sam, they find the box that has the gun, so they take it and get out of the water quickly, but they're upset when they find out what happened to Zane. But Eden acts quickly because she knows that the shark is going to attack them. She gives the gun to Sam and tells him that there are only 3 flares and asks him to focus and make a fatal hit on the shark. But unfortunately, the shark hits the boat and the flare falls into the water. So Sam uses the second flare and puts it in the gun. And as soon as the shark gets close to them, he shoots it with the flare, but he fails to hit it. The shark keeps going on its way and hits the boat with an intense hit. And from the intense hit, Aaron loses her balance and falls into the ocean. So Eden gives the bag with the magnet to Sam so he can throw it at the shark and make it get away from them. At that time, Sam waits for the right moment, and as soon as the shark comes out of the water, he throws the bag at it and it goes into its mouth. Because of the magnet inside the bag, the shark gets a state of imbalance and keeps moving randomly until it jumps on the boat and destroys it. Luckily, Sam and Eden don't get hurt. Here, Eden takes advantage of the chance and uses the last flare in the gun and aims at the shark with precision and is able to hit it with the flare. At that time, the shark explodes and dies. After that, they use the remains of the boat and swim until they get to the main beach. But Sam and Eden are surprised that Aaron got hurt and turned into a zombie. The movie ends there. If you liked the video, like it and subscribe to the channel. I'll see you in the next one. If you liked the video, like it and subscribe to the channel. I'll see you in the next one.